Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, Wes Troop, and guess what today is, people? It is Anticipation Friday! And what are we anticipating this week? Well, some of you may be. I'm personally not anticipating this. But some people may be. Whatever, to each his own. Big Momma, Like Father, Like Son comes out today. And while it may not be my BOP this week, it still might raking some good cash. It may not get very well criticisms, but I thought I would review the first film, Big Momma's House. So I went into the vault, did the combination, unlocked the hatches, that's what those cheap sound effects were, and pulled out Big Momma's House. So what did I think of it? I've never seen this before, by the way, so I thought I would check it out. So here we go. Big Momma's House is a 11 years ago. How about that? Action/comedy that sees an FBI agent who happens to be a master of disguise goes undercover as an old lady to protect a federal witness and her son. So there's the premise. Premise made. Okay, so who is in the cast, you may ask? Well, here we go. Martin Lawrence plays Malcolm Turner. There you go, Wes. Who is the main character, the guy who dresses up like Big Momma. Nia Long plays Sherry Pierce. Nia Long of Are We Done Yet? Or Are We There Yet? Fame, and also Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There's going old school. Paul Giamatti, who just won a Golden Globe, plays John. Evidently, he doesn't have a last name. Oh, here we go. Jasha Washington plays Trent Pierce, the son. Zasha. Interesting name. Jasha? I don't know. What happened to names like Bob and Steve and Kyle? It's like, come on, people. Terrence Howard, Rhodey, from the first Iron Man, plays Lester Vesco. Yes, I know, I go to a fanboy movie every time. Anthony Anderson plays Nolan. Transformers! Anthony Anderson is pretty funny in this film. Ella Mitchell plays Hattie Mae Pierce, also known as Big Momma. And Carl Wright plays the old pervert, Ben Raleigh. So, what did I think of Big Momma? Is it a big disappointment, or is it a big, funny film? Here we go. I thought it was an okay comedy that gives us more misses than hits. Well, it does have some funny moments. It basically, I was watching it, I'm like, this might have been funny if I was 5, but, you know, whatever. I laughed a few times, but, you know, it's somewhat amusing, but it's not the rip-roaring good time that you may think it is. Or that it's promised to be, I should say. The plot is very thin and predictable, as some comedies where guys dress up as in drag are, you know? I thought it's one of those films that could have been better than it was. It seemed like they sort of rushed it, you know what I mean? Like, they could have thought of a somewhat better dialogue and whatnot, but it's a comedy with Martin Lawrence. I guess I'm a hard critic. I don't know. Well, I thought Martin Lawrence, speaking of him, does an okay job, but really it isn't anything we haven't seen that of a guy dressed up in drag. Watch, what's his name? RuPaul's Drag Race. Nia Long is looking pretty good, I thought, but of course that was 11 years ago. Who knows what she looks like today? But it isn't anything special in the acting depot, if you know what I mean. Luckily, it was good to see Paul Giamatti and Terrence Howard didn't suffer from their roles in this. Paul Giamatti looked totally different in this, by the way. I didn't even barely recognize him. I'm like, oh, that's him. Wow. No scruffy beard. You know, it was good to see they didn't get hurt by this movie. It was a hit among the audiences, because it sure wasn't with the critics, as it brought back 2 sequels. Big Momma's House 2, and now the new one that's opening today, Big Momma Like Father Like Son. That's something to be proud of. You know, I said while it was tolerable, it was somewhat funny, I'd rather pop in Mrs. Doubtfire any day over this, so that's just my opinion. Therefore, the A-list gives the film Big Momma's House the rating of meh. You know, it's not the worst movie I've seen, but it's definitely not the best. Like I said, I'd rather watch Mrs. Doubtfire if I'm watching a man in drag. So check out the A-list today. I'm sure it'll be up. And I'll see y'all next week. Till then, troop